This is part of something you've seen before. Can you guess what it is? Here's another part of it. Do you know what it is yet? Does this part help you? Let's see all the parts together. It's a chair. Its shape tells you that. All the parts are there that you saw before. The legs, the back, the seat. But it's really seeing the shape of the whole chair that helps you know what it is. And you know that the chair is now beside a table. All the parts of the table give it a certain shape. All you need is a quick look, like this, or like this, and you can tell if you're seeing a chair, or a table, or both of them. You see? What was that? Now do you see? Did you recognize the words chair and table? They have a certain shape, too. The letters give them their shape. There are 26 letters in our alphabet, and every letter has a shape. You know what this letter is because you recognize its shape. Its shape comes from a small round part on the bottom and a tall straight line on the right. This is a D. D is a tall letter. O is a small letter. It has a shape you recognize, too, like a circle. And if you recognize the shape of this letter, you know it's a G. It has a tail. And the three letters make a word you recognize, dog. Dog. A dog has a certain shape, and so does the word dog. We can help you see the shape, like this. Do you see? Even without the letters, you can almost tell from the shape that this is the word dog. See? The letters give it its shape. And all you need is a quick look, and you recognize the word. All the words you read get their shapes from their letters. Let's think about a dog again, like this. And let's think about an elephant, like this. Now, you might not recognize the word elephant when you see it, so here it is. And here is dog. But we're thinking about shapes. Now, you know that different letters are in the two words. But can you see another difference? Well, the word elephant is longer than dog. You see, the number of letters in a word helps to give it a certain shape, too. Shall we try a test? Here are two word shapes. One is the shape of the word for this, a helicopter. And the other is the shape of the word for this, a jet. All right. Which word is helicopter? The top one, that's right. Even if you couldn't recognize the word helicopter, you probably guessed that it was longer than jet. Words that look very different, like helicopter and jet, and dog and elephant, are easy to tell apart because they look so different. But there are many words that look very much alike. We're going to make some now. One of them is the word pot. The other is the word pet. When you look at a pet and a pot, it's easy to tell which is the pot and which is the pet. All you need is a quick look. But was that the word pet or pot? You see, the words pot and pet look very much alike. Pot has 3 letters. And pet has 3 letters. The 2 words have almost the same shapes. That's because they both begin with P. And they both end with T. And both of their middle letters look very much alike. O and E are both small, round letters. There's just a little difference. The O is closed. The E is open on one side and has a line across it. It's just a little difference. But it's an important one. You have to be able to notice the small things that make words different if you want to recognize them correctly. Sometimes the small things are letters that look very much alike. Let's see how good you are with 2 other words that look alike. Here's a girl. She's going to wear something. It's a... Did you look carefully? Is she going to wear a bell or a belt? If you saw the little difference between an L and a T, then you know the girl is wearing a bell. So, when the shapes of words are alike, you have to look carefully to notice the little differences in the letters. Let's try one more test. Think of going uphill. And think of going downhill. And think of the words uphill and downhill. Ready? Was that uphill or downhill? Here's the word again. Were you right? Here is downhill. These parts of the 2 words have the same shapes. You see? You have to notice the differences in the parts that aren't the same to recognize the whole words. But usually, words aren't by themselves. When you read words, they're usually in sentences. This is what the girl thinks she's reading. The lion had a large yellow name. Does that really make sense? Let's look at the words. The lion had a large yellow... Is the last word name? No. It's the word mane. A lion's mane is the long hair that hangs down around its neck. The lion had a large yellow mane. Mane. Do you see how much alike mane and name look? The only difference is in the different positions of the N and M. You have to see the difference for the sentence to make sense. Now it makes sense. When a sentence doesn't make sense, sometimes it's because you didn't recognize a word. Suppose the girl thinks she's reading this. The bike had 2 flat tries. Flat tries? Let's look at the words. Do you see a word the girl didn't recognize correctly? Right. It isn't tries, is it? The bike had 2 flat tires. So you see, recognizing words is an important part of reading. You have to see little differences. Was that sun or soon? Is the next word west or vest? Is the next word charged or changed? Want another look? Now, what about word shapes? Is this the shape of the word television or radio? You have to notice big differences, too. Sometimes you notice the shape of the whole word. Sometimes you notice the shape of certain letters. And sometimes you notice the position of certain letters in the words. All these things help you recognize words with just a quick look, like this. Did you recognize those words? Is this what you read? Then you know that this is the end.